Let me make something clear. I do not care that some of you OAPs who found this channel from the last video think that I'm a bit of a sick man. I also don't care that there are blokes offering me out for a straightener because they didn't like some of the jokes I heard. Like proper fairies. Some of the balding, chain-smoking, niece-touching, blood-monitoring, middle-aged scaffolders that are in my comment section offering me out for a one-on-one on the cobbles. You need to realise you can't be confidently saying that to a £205 24-year-old man when you yourself need to check the Met Office for amber weather warnings for wind. Because if the gusts are too powerful, your old wrinkly haggard body will go floating down the street. I do care that some people seem to have picked up the assumption that I have any sort of malice towards the missing teenager Jay Slater. I absolutely don't. In fact, I hope he's found safe. But with that said, you cannot tell me that the response to this situation is not a little bit funny. You've got a bit of a naughty boy who in his free time goes around chopping up fellow teenagers like the chicken tikka masala with a tool that was originally made for chopping the branches off of thick trees. He's dodged prison time, gone on holiday, and had enough ketamine at a festival to slow down a herd of racehorses to the Welsh speed limit. And then he's had himself a light bulb moment and thought he'd venture off into Spanish no man's land like he's Dora the Explorer. And unfortunately, he's probably been dead for a week. I don't wish it on him. That's just likely the case. And yet you've got tens of thousands of past the prime British mums, dads and grandmas who are at present role-playing as Happy Valley characters, thinking they are actual police detectives on Facebook groups, giving it a bit of this and hypothesising different ways to get Jay Slater to come home. One person suggested luring him in with sound like he's an orca whale. Someone else is wondering why we can't just airlift in 500,000 bottles of Evian, and fingers crossed we hope that one of them lands next to the cactus he's been stuck to since last Monday. If you don't think that that's just at least a little bit funny, your best bet's clicking off this video now, because I intend to double down. In the last video we looked over the official Facebook group for the hunt for Jay's missing corpse. Today we're going to be looking over the very unofficial Facebook group. This one's got all the oldies putting their key stage 3 level creative writing expertise to the test. And together they've been brainstorming some Illuminati, Black Rock type conspiracy theories about a missing teenager from Blackburn. It's called Jay Slater Discussions and Theories. And if you thought that the last group had some gammons in it, these people had a leg of pork before it even gets smoked. Tracy Johns is starting the party off with an absolute bonfire night sparkler of a comment. She says, "Hello all, does anyone know if you still need a vaccine to travel to Tenerife? If so, I may have a theory as to what might have happened." Now I've got to approach this one with a wee bit of caution, given my own living situation. You see, if I mention the word vaccine in this house, my mother will charge in at a speed faster than you drive your car on a country road with a snapback made out of tinfoil, and she'll electrocute me with a military-grade taser just for mentioning vaccines under her roof. But I've got to confess, Tracy, you've sent my head further west than the Atlantic winds have blown Jay's lifeless, dismembered corpse. I mean, what's the theory you're giving me here, Trace, with your HRT hairy chest? Is it that these vaccines that he hasn't had have took over his mind and made him walk out into the wilderness? What is it you're saying, love? We've got a teenage boy who's had a little bit too much of that, right? Sent his eyes wider than a startled rabbit. Nothing to do with any vaccines, Tracy, love. No. Sort this out, love, yeah? Where's your carer, Trace? Does your carer allow you to type on Facebook, love? You're not allowed your phone, are you? No, give it back to your carer, love. Good lass. Absolute zombie. Might sound stupid, but has anyone thought that maybe Jay found an animal and he built a personal connection with it and doesn't want to leave it? Marcus, my friend, you have been watching too many Disney movies, you Lincoln sausage of a man. You reckon Jay's Tarzan? You reckon he's king of the jungle? Oh yeah, no, in a couple of days this dehydrated teenager's gone out into the wilderness and has formed a spiritual bond with the wildlife of Tenerife. Marcus reckons when Jay's found, well, if Jay's found, Marcus reckons Jay's going to be found emerging from the Atlantic Ocean on the back of a bottlenose dolphin like Free Willy. Go, hey, look at me, I'm a dolphin, way! These people can drive, by the way. Yeah, so just double check when you're coming out of junctions. Sam Hassett here with a theory. And after reading it, I can safely assume that Sam Hassett got a single GCSE to his name. He says, there is a picture top of someone at a bacol grey top and black shorts. He's staring down at the water, and as he said to Lucy, he got cut by a cactus, which could cause blood. He could have fell into the water and blood around him, which sharks love and could have ate him. I hope that's not the case, though, and I hope he's found. This man's complete lack of punctuation has me questioning if he actually allows air into his lungs, or if he just speaks at 70 mile an hour and then just passes out. Just pointing out there as well that sharks are actually quite fond of blood. Just in case you didn't know what a fucking shark was. Yeah, cheers Sam, thank you for that, pal. Yeah, he's likely not been eaten by a shark, mate. No. You seen a picture of someone that could have been absolutely anyone, by the way. Yeah, absolutely anyone. Looking over a cliff's edge at some water does not then equate to Jaws himself having a way with Jay's arms and legs. But very good coherent try, you big guava. Maybe next time, yeah, you take a few more breaths between words, allow more oxygen to get to your brain, and then you might come out with something that sounds less like you chew bark off of trees. There's also a widespread theory going around, which I'm sure you've all heard by now, that Jay is in debt with the Canary Island Mafia, and he owes them 30 bags, and he's not getting released until he pays off his ransom. That's what the GoFundMe's for. First of all, Jay was in Tenerife for like 2 days before he went missing. If you really think that a teenage boy can go to a music festival, journey to an afters in the middle of nowhere, and also get on the wrong side of a unnamed organised crime group that doesn't exist, or within 48 hours of getting off his coach, which was included in his package holiday, you have lost your mind. Your mind is a 900 watt microwave, I'm sorry to tell you. In fact, I think it's actually a miracle that you yourself are not banging your head in a padded room right now, a room made out of pillows, because you are crazy, my friend. You are insane. You're actually nuts. Ronnie Pickering's daughter has come to a shocking conclusion. She's done some investigating, as they all seem to do, and she's found a journalist with the same last name as Jay. And this journalist posted about a missing person a year ago, and she, with custard dripping out of both ear canals, finds this very suspicious. Look at the last name of the woman that wrote the article. The same last name as a missing person, and she wrote a missing persons report in November. There's a journalist with the same surname as someone else. What could this possibly mean? It's come to me. It's just come to me. I know what that means. Sarah, that means that you have a brain that has more slopes on it than a fucking skate park. Sort your head out! Oh, no, listen. Right, honestly, if I carry on with this topic, if I spend another agonising minute on this, my head's going to start melting from the inside out. If you're new here, I've been doing this YouTube stuff for a while, but I actually took a break from it for a few years, but I'm back now. And as you could probably tell, I'll joke about anything. I really don't care. So if that sounds like your cup of tea, consider subscribing to the channel, or just note down my channel's name, come back and watch the video. If you fancy it, that is. I can't tell you what to do, can I? But what I like to do as well, and I say I like to, I've done it like 3 times, but I like to say something a little bit meaningful at the end of the videos. You know, after saying all my heinous, unforgivable jokes, I like to have my audience leave with something maybe a little bit valuable at least. And given the reaction from some people to my last video, I think this is quite fitting, so I'll leave you on this note. In an age where the old school, sick and twisted British humour that we all possess to some degree is forever being dampened down, and we're constantly being told by this person and that person what we can and can't find funny, I want you to remember that no one outside of you can influence you unless you allow them to. And if you do find yourself laughing at a sensitive topic, even if it's a bit too soon, so be it. Laughter truly is nature's biggest cure. And in my opinion, the people out there who may or may not want to divide us all, they want to make a more divisive world, they're the same people who want you to take life seriously. Do you know what I mean? They don't want you laughing at things maybe you shouldn't be laughing at. Never feel guilty for laughing at anything. Stay in your power and know that there is actual value in having a bit of a mad sense of humour. God bless you all, and I'll see you very soon.